Welcome back to another Lee's Corner. Thank you guys for coming back. I really appreciate it. Wow. This has been a crazy couple of months. This has been very interesting. I've done my last Lee's Corner live, and I love going live because I love riffing. Today, I got a couple notes, but I'm going off the cuff today. This is really something I didn't want to have to write down. I got a few notes to make sure I hit a lot of key points. I'm not going to try to take a lot of your time today, but last I talked to you guys, we were talking about George Floyd. I recently watched Dave Chappelle. He gave a heartfelt speech. He talked about, a lot of what a lot of black Americans are feeling, and maybe even some white people. I don't know. But here's the funny thing to me. There's no disclaimers on this. I'm not putting no disclaimers on this. White folk, you know who you are. If you want to get yourself offended, fucking damn you. I ain't got time for that bullshit today because you know who you are. If you're not a bad black, white person, then they ain't talking to you. So there's no disclaimers today. Today we just going to have a little talk about the situation. First of all, I would love to, and I'm going to say this again, black folks, please stop trying to explain yourself to white people. Stop it. I'm sick of the signs. I'm sick of all this. Black pride don't mean we don't like white people. Black pride, stop. These motherfuckers know exactly what that means. They didn't start saying white pride till we said black pride. Because according to a lot of these white people, we're not supposed to have pride. They got you right where they want you. They want you to be downtrodden, living in your ghettos or wherever you may live with your mouth shut and your head down. That's where they want you. Have you ever noticed the only time that white people get angry with black people is when they complain about the way they're being treated? Always giving you shit you didn't ask for. When we ask for statues and shit to be taken down, oh, we got to have a talk about this. I don't think that's history versus heritage. I don't know if that's the case. I think this is that we would have the moment we unify and we up here marching and doing whatever we want to. All of a sudden, everybody around the world is like, it's time. I think it's time. Yeah, let's take down all the statues. I'm like, really? Now, why couldn't you have done that when we asked you to do it before? We were asking you with the civil rights movement. We were asking you before. We were asking you before Jim Crow. Oh, my goodness. But all of a sudden, we unify and let y'all know we mean business. And all of a sudden, people want to take down statues. They're taking down this and this, that, and the other, and all this other kind of stuff. And I'm like, that's great. But why didn't you do it when we asked you before? We asked you. This is the problem with America. They can change when they want to. When their feet is put to the fucking fire, they can change when they want to. White black folks. Yeah, I'm going to want a little shout out and a little warning to y'all motherfuckers on. Let's get something straight. Change is happening rapidly, as it should. But let me tell you about the pushback on that. See, when people of power feel like they're losing it, they start lashing out. That's what they do. They lash out. So expect an uptick of violence coming from white folks. So be on your guard. Y'all get y'all guns like y'all doing them, register them, get them legal, register your firearms, whatever you got to do. Make sure they legal. If you can still buy a shotgun at a Walmart and you don't need no paperwork, buy it, load it, have it ready. Because these white motherfuckers are going to be crazy because they feel like they're losing something. So you don't understand. There's two types of white people, okay? There's the rich who are dangling the poor. The rich whites always have controlled the poor whites. They fed them the same lies they've been feeding them today. Well, you might be poor, but you're still better than black people and Mexicans. And poor whites hold on to that because they have nothing else. That's right. We're better than the niggers. We're better. Yeah. And they hold on to that because they believe that that's all they have. Now, blacks and poor whites have more in common than the rich whites. But the rich whites are dangling the poor ones. And that's where this comes from. So just remember, black folks, that it's going to get more dangerous as this continues to go on. That's the crazy part about this. Now, like I said, everybody saw the George Floyd tape. Everybody knows what that man was thinking when he called out for his mama. I don't have to go through that, but y'all all know what he was thinking. He was thinking the same thing every black person was thinking when they watched that damn video. You know good and hell well, when you call for your mama at 40 plus years of age, something's wrong. Something's wrong. When you calling on your mama at 40 something plus years of age, something is gone terribly wrong. Because your mama is the first one you know to go to when you're in trouble from birth. That's the first one you know to go to. So you knew he was in trouble. The man's life was slipping away from him. Now, I told y'all before, and I'll tell you again. I tried to warn people about this. I told y'all on Lee's Corners before that this was coming. I said it was coming to pass, and it has come to pass. I told you. So all these little motherfuckers out here that was talking shit about my show, well, if your tone was more like Byron Allen and you spoke more like white people, maybe we would come and rally to your cause. Fuck and damn you. These black folks ain't coming in name of Byron Allen right now. They're not trying to speak like you right now. They're not trying to be heard by talking in your tone right now, are they? No. They ain't talking your tone right now. And guess what? I ain't heard nothing from these motherfuckers either. I ain't heard not one word from all these racist motherfuckers that were talking shit about my show and how, well, maybe if you spoke this way, and you spoke. Let me explain something to you about black folks. Black folks have been kowtowing, trying to talk like you, trying to dress like you, trying to act like you for centuries, just to be treated like normal. I'm not going to lie to you. The biggest problems I've ever had in my life is because I didn't conform. And I won't. I don't care what it loses me. I ain't conforming to shit. I won't conform. If you see me dress a certain way, it's because I like to dress that way. I ain't trying to be like nobody. Anybody will tell you that. I did shit when it wasn't popular. I did shit when it wasn't cool. I did shit when it was fucking taboo my whole life because I'm going to be me. I was born Lee Bumgarner. I'm going to die Lee Bumgarner. Fucking damn you. You hear it all the time. Black people telling stories of how they would go on TV and watch people and see how they act and see how they dress and try to mimic that just so they can get a job and so they can be accepted. And like I said before, white people look at you. They trying to talk like us. They trying to dress like us. You ain't nothing to them but a nigga trying to emulate them. That's what they see. But see, I used to feel sorry for my people when they did this, but I just realized they were just trying to get by. Everybody wants to fit in. Everybody wants to be treated normally. But what black folks didn't understand is these motherfuckers had no intention of treating you normally. Don't matter what you did, they was going to treat you like what you are. And you have to take what you want as black people. You can't spend your whole life trying to see what white people like and how this is and how to get a job and how to do this and this, that, because all that shit backfires on you anyway. How long can you hold up that facade? This is going to get me what I want by talking like a white person, dressing like a white person, acting like a white person. Don't get me. I'm not talking about people who grew up in an environment who naturally talk. We got this in California. We got black people who live in the valley and talk like a valley girl. Now, they're not trying to talk like that. They were brought up in that situation. I'm talking about people who've actually literally told me stories of having to change their voice. Y'all might have people in your family. I know I do. You're on the phone with a bill collector. Hi, how are you? Oh, my God. I really forgot that. And you know your parents don't talk like that. You know your aunties don't talk like that. That's not how they talk. You know they go on job interviews and stuff. That's not how they talk. But that's the shit we have to put up with every day we walk out of our fucking houses. Being watched. Stopped with police. How do I sound when I go in there? How do I sound when I talk to these people? Something white people don't have to worry shit about. I hear all the time white folks always talking about, we have a hard life too. Fucking damn your life. Nobody didn't say you had a hard life. This ain't about you. Why every time I talk about me, you talk about you? You don't never talk about how hard your fucking life is when we don't say shit. The minute we say shit about how life, well, our life is just as hard as yours. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. I said, okay, well, check this out. Your life's so hard. Stack that on top of being black. And then you'll have some idea of what it's like to be in us. Stack what you feel on top of being black. The statistics are in. The facts are in. Being black is a stressor. And stress leads to heart attacks. Stress leads to strokes. Stress leads to death. So the fact that we just have racism in this country is killing black folks. And not just, by cops, just by health. Mental and physical health. What happens mentally affects us physically. Can you imagine the stress it was? Black people seeing this all around the world, and especially in the United States. This black man being tenderized like he was fucking meat. A white man just rolling back and forth on his fucking neck with his hands in his pocket like he's trying to make or need some bread or something like that. Like he's kneading dough. Could you imagine that? Ain't that some shit? And then you got cops that sit up here and say shit like, oh, well, we're just trying to do our job. You're not trying to do your job. If you do your job, why do we have so many videos of white dudes around here butt naked running around y'all, punch you in the face, trying to wrestle you to the ground, and you don't even pull a taser on them? You're doing everything you can to stop from whooping this white man's ass. But when it comes to black people, the moment you get angry, it's on. The moment you get angry, it's on. And then you're going to tell athletes, well, you should shut up and dribble. Shut up and dribble. Well, maybe if your bitch ass police officers would be more professional, we wouldn't be in this mess. Your job is to protect and serve, bitch. That's your only job. Protect and serve. Not to get angry, not to get mad because you're having a bad day. See, when you get mad, people die. If I kill a motherfucker when I'm mad, I'm going to prison. Don't shouldn't the same shit happen to you? Y'all motherfuckers are a trip. And Candace Owens. Let's talk about Candace Owens, shall we? I find it quite funny. When Gayle King said what she said about Kobe that everybody thought was out of line, Snoop called her a dog-faced bitch, whatever. Everybody got upset. Women got upset. Oh, how dare you? Oh, well, she said something he thought was out of line. But it's so funny how when Candace Owens said the same shit, Dave Chappelle called her a bitch and whatever else he called her. I ain't heard a woman say shit. I ain't heard nobody say shit. I hear people playing favorites. Is they playing favorites now? Is Candace Owens worth the same kind of, kudos as Gayle is? I mean, look, Candace is young. Gayle's been in this game for a very long time and been tutored by some of the best people. And to me, she has no excuse to why she keeps downgrading our black men. No excuse. Candace Owens, I'm going to take the high road on this bitch. Candace Owens, we've always had people like that. What's that guy's name? There's a black dude who does the same thing, David Eller or something of that nature, who likes talking about black people and all this other kind of stuff because they make money off of it. Whenever you side against your own people, there's money to be made. And that's what Candace Owens is just doing. She found that there was no money in the liberal sector or the Democratic sector. First of all, let's get another thing straight. Democrat does not mean liberal. It doesn't. Just like, Republican and conservative aren't necessarily hand in hand. They act like they are, but they're not necessarily. I'm not a diehard liberal. I'm not a California liberal. I'm not even a Democrat anymore. I'm not even a Republican. I'm a person, and I will decide the way I'm going to vote when it's time to vote. Plain and simple. Now, Candace Owens, the reason why she's a dog-faced bitch, like my man said, is because she came out of pocket with this brother when he died, talking about his record and stuff like that. It's funny how she didn't talk about the police officer's record and how he had like 15 to 20 complaints on him already. And let's jump into his life. How was his relationship with his wife? When was the last time he was arrested? What has he done? But she's taken the log line of racist white people and giving white people the idea that it's okay that he's died and it's okay that he was murdered because he was a criminal. But see, this is what white people already feel. They don't need to be justified by another black chick. See, she's trying to do what she can to get a book deal and this, that, and the other. That's all she's trying to do. We've seen your show before, Candace, and we've seen it done better than you. We've had sellouts in the past. We're going to have sellouts in the future. That's how it always is. But my question to Candace Owens would be, what happens? What happens when this turns on you? What happens when your conservative movement is no longer in favor? Oh, there's always going to be a need for people like you in the conservative movement, of course, because they always love to hear you talk about your own. You sat there and said that the Democrats play the blame game. They don't want to take responsibility for their own. Well, let's start this. Let's talk about that then for a moment. Take responsibility for our own problems, right? Okay, well, we were brought here as slaves. White people say, fuck that. They ain't hurting you none. We had Jim Crow for 30, 40 years. Oh, they ain't doing nothing to you. We still got redlining. We still got people go as far as whatever a black person's name is not to hire them. But all that don't matter because we're not taking responsibility. Now, I've heard some older black people say the same thing. Oh, you're not taking responsibility. Notice when they get older, they get more conservative. When you get more older and get some money behind you, black folks start becoming conservative because you're not there anymore. You lost touch. You don't remember. You don't understand. You're out of phase with reality. And that happens. Candace is too young for that shit. That's how I know she's on the take for money. Candace wants book deals. She wants money, and she don't care. Maybe she's been hurt by a black dude. Maybe she's been hurt by black people. Maybe she felt like she was on the outcast. Nothing happened to black folk, too. Oh, they felt like they've been betrayed. They want to turn on their people. Oh, y'all niggas ain't shit. But what you don't realize is you was born black, Candace. You're going to die black. If you forgot, why don't you ask Omarosa how that shit went? She tried to go that route too. Didn't work out too well for her. So you might want to pump your brakes a little bit. But I ain't going to get no more time to that bitch. I would also like to talk about how proud I am of everybody that's just, joining together. And these movements have been so big and we need to keep these things going. I think everybody is doing a super job. I've been out here on some of these things in Cali. And just, I hope we keep it going. I hope this is the great awakening that we've been waiting for since 2019. Well, it's been longer than that, but I hope this is the great awakening that we've been waiting for. And I hope we keep pushing forward. Because you have to know, the more we keep pushing forward, you're going to have people trying to push back. So that is an issue. I would like to also say that I just also have seen so many white people on Facebook and Instagram still not even try to understand what's going on. And it's like I said before, I am through arguing. Like I said, as of weeks ago, I will no longer argue with a white person over this online or anywhere else. Because if you don't want to know, you don't want to know. And that's the problem. A lot of these white people don't want to know. They're very comfortable in their privilege. And this is what I keep trying to tell you. I told y'all about white privilege, and it's exactly what this is. The cops, white privilege. They don't want to do their jobs unless they can kill you. They feel like they're getting the law stripped away from them. I can't kill them. I can't do my job. No, that's not true. You can do your job without all the violence. But they feel like they can't. And for the longest time, the law has been letting them skate. Once we start making some examples out of these motherfuckers and they start doing some real prison time, I don't think they will keep trying to do this. But see, the fact of the matter is, the law has always been racist towards black people. And I believe the law always been towards justice. Really? That's a long twisting, burning motherfucking law because it's been a long time coming for black people. This justice of which you speak. But yeah, I just see these people all the time, these white people online all the time, and it's to the point where some of them you can just tell they talking and just try to piss you off. And I have to remind my brothers and sisters, please don't fall for that bait. Don't do that. Don't engage when people start to act stupid. Don't engage when they don't really have an argument, but they want to argue. That's people just trying to push your buttons and see how far they can push you. They're laughing in the background with their friends. And I know it's a hot button topic, but don't fall for it. Because that's all they're doing is trying to piss you off. That's all they're doing is trying to take you off your square, trying to ruin your day. Black folks, we got enough stress. We don't have the time nor the reason to be online arguing with these white motherfuckers that sitting there laughing at you anyway. We ain't got no time for heart attacks and strokes. We got to move forward. We don't have time for the games. We don't have time to be playing or falling for this bullshit. We got to move forward. You want to put your energies towards something? Give money to Black Lives Matter. Give money to all these other organizations or go out and march with them and do your job with them. Get involved any way you can. Be a registered gun owner. Go get your guns. Get ready because something's about to pop off. Because like I told you, white people don't let shit go easily. And this ain't all white people, of course. We know that. But white people don't let shit go easily. And these racists, they don't like where this is going. We had 2 hangings here in California, and within the first week of the hanging, they trying to say it was a fucking suicide. How many niggas you know hang themselves with suicide? Come on now. Come on, really? 2 already in suicide? Stop it. Stop it. That's not even how we get down. Okay, in other news, we also have to be very careful at this time because we've had 2 black men hung in California right now, and it's starting all over places. Now, the police, of course, want you to believe that from first glance, for them looking around and seeing things, that they have seen no evidence of any kind of murder, so they want you to believe it's suicide. Come on, y'all. Let's be bigger than that. We're not that stupid. Of course, the parents are looking for an investigator to reinvestigate this case and try to find some proof behind all of this. You know, there's one fact, and there's some things that most of you guys need to realize and be careful of very much. There are protesters from the Mike Brown protest. There are visible faces. I honestly believe Black Lives Matter themselves have only gotten this far because you haven't declared a leader, and that's the way it has to be. This can't be the times of old where you had Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. We all have to be the leaders in these Black Lives Matter groups or your own personal rallies inside these groups, because white folks have picked up on the head of it. They've realized once we kill your leaders, it's going to take you 20 years to regroup. You got to go through a depression period. Then you're going to let us run all over you with different laws. And then we're going to do our best to make sure that niggas never do anything again. So we can't put all our faith in one leader. Every one of us in the black community has to be some type of leader so they can't point us out. Do like white folk do. They'll never show you the head of real power. No. They don't show you the head of real power. No. White folks like standing behind the scenes while they put their puppets out there to do the talking. You know, the ones that can't be touched. Put their puppets out there. We need to do the same thing. Keep your leaders and your masterminds behind closed doors. Everybody is a leader in this situation. There is no Stokely Carmichael. There is no Martin Luther King. There is no Malcolm X. We're all the same person. We're all Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. And like I said, folks, also, when you go out, black people, when you go out, please go out in groups. This is not a safe time for you to be going out alone and stuff in that situation. If you want to go out, take your girlfriend, take somebody else, go out for a walk, make sure you take some weapons with you. A bat, a stick. If you got a registered legal gun, take it with you. If not, a bat, stick, knife, whatever, your book bag, take it with you. Because these white people are not letting white supremacy go easy. They are very well versed and practiced in lynching, hanging, killing, mutilating black bodies. They're well versed in it. They've been doing it for over 400 years. They know what they're doing. This is a skill trait with white folks. If you don't believe me, I can show you the shit. I can show you pictures. I put some on my Facebook website recently. I can show you everything you need to know about what they used to do. And these motherfuckers are notorious. Heinous. You got to realize these are the same people that used to hang you in a public square, cut your penis off, put it in your mouth, and burn you and roast you like a pig and bring people out to watch it. Bring their 4-year-old, 5-year-old, 6-year-old little blonde-headed, blue-eyed children out to watch you die. That's what kind of people we have to remember we're dealing with here. You can't turn your back for a minute. Because there are people out here like that that's wanting to catch you slipping. They saw you at a march. They saw you running your mouth. They saw you saying something. So what they do is try to catch you at night when you're by yourself. They'll watch you for a while. If you feel yourself being watched, hot damn it, you probably are being watched. You probably are being watched. Take heed. And remember, there are cops in on this situation too. There are cops in on this. So watch the police as well. Be very leery of them trying to stop you in a dark alley or when you're far from home and not near any place that's open. Be very leery of that. Because these people, they don't like pushback. They don't like change. Even the poor white folks, they don't like change. Because even in a poor white society where you're the poorest of the poor and the rich white folks don't even care about you, you still better off than a Negro, right? You still got your white privilege. Even as a poor white person, you got your privilege. And they know that, or you wouldn't be fighting so hard to keep it. That's the sad part about it. If it didn't mean nothing to you, you wouldn't have a problem marching with us. You wouldn't have a problem saying you're right. But you know you have your white privilege as well. You want the privilege and the right to kill black folks and Negroes at any time you want to. That's your privilege. That's your right. That's what you feel. Throughout history, anytime black folks have taken an inch, white folks have acted like we all of a sudden became first-class citizens. And you lucky that's not what the fuck we asking for. We up here asking for equality. We should be asking for more than equality. Hell, I want first-right citizenship, damn it. I want what you got, but better. Yeah, that's what we need to be talking about right now. You better be lucky we just asking for equal rights. Y'all fucking around. 400 years of this bullshit? Seriously? And we just asking for equal rights? Have you noticed how quickly the businesses have turned around? Notice how Nike is now giving Juneteenth. It's made Juneteenth a holiday for their stores. But see, here's the thing about the businesses. I appreciate what you're doing. But the fact of the matter, you know this shit has been going on forever. And now you choose to do it. So the businesses, we get what you're doing too. You want our money. I get it. You want to appease everybody. That's why the gay community glowing and vibing right now. Now, I know gay rights go back a little ways too. It don't go back 400 years. But it goes back a little way too. I've always been pissed off at how people have been so okay with allowing gay rights to blossom faster than the rights of the African Americans. I've always thought that was insane. And I know they just had a pride thing right here in LA. But don't get it twisted. When we say Black Lives Matter, that's what we mean. We don't need no reminder for no extra people, for pride, and nobody else talking about all Black Lives Matter. The fuck you think we said? We said Black Lives Matter. We don't need no help. We don't need no help with that. Thank you very much, but no thank you. Shut the fuck up with that bullshit. We get it. We get it. We don't need no help with that. We said Black Lives Matter. What the hell you think we meant? I have no problem with the LGBT community as an idea. But like I said, go check the Roland Martin show. As soon as they got the rights to get married, what did this white LGBT community corporation do? What did they do? Started laying off and firing black people that was working for their corporation, for their business in San Francisco and other places. That's what they did. As soon as they got their rights, as soon as they sucked up to Obama long enough to get what they wanted, they started talking shit about black LGBTQ. We're not the same. We're not the same. Yeah, these were white folks for the LGBTQ community. This is why I always say, black folk, get your own. If you want your own LGBTQ, get yours. Quit riding up the tails of white folks. Get your own. Now, if I'm wrong and you telling me that the LGBTQ was started by a black person, please correct me. Please correct me. I have no problem with that. But as far as I understand and realize, it's not. All right, guys, check this out. We're going to take a short break. We're going to come back in here with maybe 2 or 3 more topics, and then we're going to end the show. Thank you. We got to go pay some bills, take this really quick commercial. We'll be back in 2 and 2. You know, I can't remember who met who first or who fell in love with each other first. All I can remember is the 6 of us always together until we weren't. I also remember my friends broke my neck, my back, and my jaw. And there will be a reckoning. Hello?
Welcome home, Chris. It's time for some fun.
What the fuck you want from me, man?
Last night, 2 people were brutally murdered.
People must have pissed somebody really off.
He was stabbed 7 times. That's not pissed off, that's enraged.
For years I've been wanting to tell you how sorry I am for what we did to you.
Do you think he's gonna really want to see you? Look, he's paralyzed because of you. He walks with a limp because of you.
Help me out. How does he have an alibi for everything?
I don't know. I mean, how can you catch a guy who has a private plane? How can you catch a guy, who disappeared like smoke?
You're the only one with motive enough to kill these 5 victims.
I mean, it's not about what you know, it's what you can do.
Lamar.
We got him. It's over, Maria. Steven is a red herring. But you know that already, right?
Maybe. But it's not what you know. It's what you can prove.
All right, and we're back. All right. Hope y'all like that. Yeah. Oh, just remember, guys, like I said before, like the commercial says, Phoenix 22 Rising Productions is bringing you a horror movie. PS, no worries. It's going to be nice. It's going to be loud. Y'all just seen the trailer. Trust me, you're gonna definitely love it. We're gonna send more details about that later on from the Phoenix22rising.com website. You'll be seeing it on Facebook, Instagram, when we start putting the trailer out on these particular platforms. And trust me, you're gonna love it. Now, back to the conclusion of Lee's Corner, because I think I put a lot of this stuff out here today. And yeah. Another thing I was going to talk to you guys about too is it's amazing. Hope y'all know that Tucker Carlson works for Fox News. Tucker Carlson, he's the one that's always running about black people can't do no harm. I mean, black people can't do no good. We can't do this, that, and the other. You know, one of the Fox hosts, Fox News racist hosts that's always got something to say. He got taken out there for some lewd comments that he had made, so he's gone. And I'm just amazed at like all the businesses that are, I'm just saying this is what it took. This is what it took for us to be able to sit in your face at 1,000, 10,000, 20,000 for businesses to get that we weren't playing around. I can't believe that this is all we took. So like I said, it does have to do more with asking. A lot of my friends, marching and praying, they ain't gonna do nothing, they ain't gonna do nothing. Well, now they gotta eat crow. Now they gotta realize that, marching and praying and all this whatever that you want to call it gets the attention that you need to get your foot in the door to talk to the people you need to talk to, the people that's been ignoring you for the longest. And yes, sometimes you have looting and rioting, and people are like, oh, it's terrible, it's terrible. It's always terrible if you notice when black people do it. Have you ever noticed when the people with the white toting AR-15 people that take over an entire federal installation? Have you ever noticed that's never bad? I don't hear anybody talking about that on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I don't hear anybody talking about that. Black people are talking about it like, wow, if that had been us, we'd have been killed, shot, or branded terrorists. That's what we say. But they let these white folks do whatever they want to, take over federal installations, federal buildings, all this type of stuff. We happen to loot some shit, everybody get upset. Nobody had a problem with the Boston Tea Party. Nobody had a problem with that. Nobody has a problem when white people do fucked up shit. Nobody has a problem with that. When they break glass, when they do stuff like that, it's in the name of justice. It's in the name of the American way. Everybody can jump on board with that. When black people burn shit down, you're just being destructive. No, we just fucking getting your attention. That's what we doing. Getting your attention. Now, like I said before, I am in no way saying that the looters are with Black Lives Matter. Not saying that at all. The fact of the matter is, people felt like they needed to do something. And the funny thing in this thing is now we're starting to realize and come to the facts of the matter is there have been white people, 50% white people in our groups. And that has allowed certain agitators that are white to come in and infiltrate Black Lives Matter movement, cover from head to toe in black so nobody can see them, of course, and do tons of the destruction. So we don't even know if it's the black people doing the destruction or the white folks is doing the destruction. They're trying to make us look more violent than we are. This is nothing new. FBI, anybody else has always put agitators, whoever it may be. Even in the 60s, they put agitators in there to fuck with MLK or to fuck with Malcolm X. Always. Could be white supremacists. Because they want to turn the tides. They want people of white America to see, oh, look at all this destruction. Oh, my goodness. But see, we're starting to get your ass on camera. The camera phone is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Now we're seeing these people firsthand that are not black that are destroying these businesses. But yet and still, I still have not heard any of that online, on Twitter, Instagram. They showing you white women doing it, white people doing it. And I ain't hearing, oh, well, all you hear is the stupid rednecks talking about black lives, those niggas ain't nothing. They up here trashing stuff and destroying stuff, and that's just wrong. What about your own people right there? Why don't you talk about them crackers that's doing that? Why don't you talking about them that's doing that? Always talk about them doing it. You don't ever say a word about your own when you see them doing it. Everybody's silent. Nobody wants to open their mouth. Nobody wants to say anything. But that's the problem we're having today. Like I said before, whether it's from slavery to Jim Crow down to today, I went to school with the same amount of people. I went to school with people right now that I see online. And everybody who is not what I'm talking about, you ain't got to tell me, you ain't got to inbox me, you know who you are, that speak to me and talk to me about these situations. I know who you are. So cut yourself out of this conversation. But there are other people in here that is so funny. I went to school where they claim to be, those liberals or whatever they claim to be. But yet and still, they still talking about their motherfucking vacations. They still talking about trips they taking. Oh, look how I'm redoing my home. Look how I'm redoing this, because they're so scared to get involved in the conversation. Now, sometimes that might not be you. That's fine. But if that's the case, I don't want to hear no shit about no dog rights or no animal rights when you feel like you need to start talking about something. I can't stand that shit. Nobody want to hear about them damn dog rights. What about human rights? Why don't we talk about that? I have too many so-called white friends that don't even want to join in the conversation. They don't want to join in the conversation because they don't care. It does not affect their bottom line, so they don't give a fuck. Because they think it does not involve them. They don't understand the black and white, all of us actually, we form a symbiont circle. What happens to us is eventually going to happen to you. And whatever happens to you is going to eventually happen to us. The moment you learn that we need to take care of each other. You can't hold someone else down without holding yourself down too. Sad but true. Sad but true. But a lot of these people are going to fight for their rights to keep their white privilege because they still think, like I said, rich or poor, they're still better than you. And that's how we're going to do it. All right, guys, thank you for indulging me for another episode of Lee's Corner. We're going to try to get some more Eric in here if we can. We got COVID going on, so I'm trying to be safe. I love the controlled atmosphere, being able to control everything that's going on, but I might have to do some more live Lee's Corners. I hear a lot of people love Lee's live corners because, a lot of anecdotal things that we used to do, we would do it live and stuff. And I love it too. I think it's fun. The only difference I had is I'm trying to build a bigger audience. So I'm trying to put my stuff on YouTube and different places like that so we can build and get even bigger. But, we're looking into it, so we're going to see. We might be able to do both. All right, people. So I would like to also just say that's my time for the day. Would like everybody to stay safe. Watch your asses out there. And to all my black people, stay safe, stay armed, and stay with people. All right. That's my time. See you next time on the next Lee's Corner.